brightest blessings. I am Amethyst Hummingbird. Today I want to talk a little about pendulum divination or dowsing. Pendulum divination and dowsing in general has a long and storied history. In the Atlas Mountains of North Africa, there are 8,000-year-old cave paintings that depict a dowser using a forked branch. There are various temples in Egypt that depict the act of dowsing. In Greece, researchers have found evidence that even the Oracle of Delphi used a pendulum around 400 BC. Throughout the 17th and 18th centuries, dowsing was used to find minerals, ores, water. They were all located using some form of dowsing. Kind of lost a little popularity after that, but then it had a resurgence just a little bit later in the 20th century. Now, pendulum dowsing in particular can be traced to the Orient around 5,000 years ago. A pendulum can be anything. It's typically any weighty object on a string or a fine chain. I usually use my pendulums in a couple of different ways. Primarily, I use it to answer yes or no questions. I'll ask it before I use it, show me a yes, and then I ask it to show me no, and then I go forward from there and ask questions, and I generally get pretty accurate responses. Pendulums are tools that benefit from close contact with the dowser, and I usually wear mine every day, or almost every day, as a necklace. And then I have some oracle cards that sometimes I use when I need to get more specific answers. But I've even used my pendulum to trace down negativity when I'm smudging, and to find the best location to plant things, to find lost items, and even to decide on what to wear. I know, it's shallow, but it works. The many uses have been found nearly universal, and what I mean by that is all backgrounds and ethnicities have some form of dowsing or legends of dowsers or diviners, and I find this fascinating, and that's because dowsing or divination of this form uses the principle of subtle energy, and this reliably and consistently gives accurate information. Now, what is subtle energy? It exists in everything that we can see, touch, taste, or hear. Rocks, plants, buildings, megaliths, everything that is has subtle energy. And when the dowser or diviner calls on the universal subtle energy for answers, that subtle energy responds accurately. And everyone that has ever been born on this planet was designed to use and interpret these subtle energies. We've just forgotten how. Part of my calling and the work that I want to do here is to remind people of these abilities that we were all wired for, but I'm going to get more into that later. I hope you've enjoyed this introduction to dowsing. My name is Amethyst Hummingbird. Until we meet again, brightest blessings.